Good morning, guys. Gary here. I'm going to do a little introduction to a recent fishing trip I just took up on Kerr Scott Reservoir near Wilkesboro, North Carolina. About 40 minutes from my house. Just decided to switch it up and go to a different lake. I've been fishing roadkiss quite a bit, so I wanted to just try somewhere different. Ended up being a pretty tough day. Intended on crappie fishing, long lining, crappie jigs, the Charlie Brewers, the Bobby Garland strollers, but that was the intent. Ended up being a pretty tough day. Had to work hard for everything I got, and didn't end up catching them on the baits that I thought I would. So ended up switching to micro crankbaits, and I'll break that all down at the end of the video and let you know why and what took place and why I had to switch it up. So anyway, here's the video, and then at the end I'll break it down and show you what I caught them on, and hope you like the video. Appreciate it. striper. Still haven't seen him, guys. Can't muscle him with 4 pounds. Flash, he's big. I believe he's a hybrid. It might be a striper. Yep, striper. Come on, buddy. He's pretty decent. Wearing me out. He's barely hooked too. Come on. Whew. Hook come out in the net. That's a pretty good fish for a 6 pound test. Alright, buddy. I'm gonna let you go. Let you go. Dang. That's what he bit, guys. I've got a mess. That's a surprise. Little bluegill. All right, guys, I'm gonna break it down on the fishing trip a little bit for you. Started out trolling jigs, trolling the Charlie Brewer sliders and the Bobby Garland strollers. One thing about these two baits, the speeds don't match up. So the Charlie Brewers right here, this one, they tend to be good at the 1.2 to 1.4. These don't really start kicking, the tail don't start kicking until about probably 1.4, or don't really start kicking good till about 1.6. So wasn't having good success trolling these side by side. I think when I was getting this one up to good speed, this one was going too fast. But did end up catching one on this one right here. Caught a hybrid on this bait. But I trolled them for a couple of hours and didn't do any good. I tried them with underspin jig heads, and one thing I was noticing, when I get it up to the tail to start kicking, the blade would just kind of wouldn't spin. It just attached kind of to the bait and just kind of go straight through the water. So I wasn't getting much action out of the underspins for whatever reason. I think maybe they like a little slower speed, so it's hangs down a little bit more. So having problems out of that, having problems out of the leaves. Got out there, it was pretty calm. Didn't start till about lunchtime, and it was pretty calm, but about 12:30, the wind picked up to about 15 miles an hour and made it tough. And it was gusting, so you're constantly on the trolling motor off. You'd be doing 1.4, and then you'd get some gusts, and you'd be down to 0.8, and then you'd get back up to 1.4, and then the gust would die down. You was at 2.0, so you just had to on off all day long. So, and then it was blowing a lot of leaves in the water, which was making it tough too. But I tried every color I had. I was just switching colors and baits and trying to get something to work, and it didn't work at all. Tried the Salmos that were working on Road Hiss, and they didn't work. So I put on these little Rapala Ultra Light Shads. And I think 3 of the fish I caught, actually, out of the 4, I only caught 4 fish, came on those. And the striper, pretty nice striper, probably about a 10, 12 pounder. He come on this on 6-pound test line and a crappie rod, and this pink and silver Rapala Ultra Light Shad. And I've actually caught stripers on these before, and actually this color. I've actually caught them. I've only managed to get the one you see on the video and one other one in on them, because I'm usually using 6 or 4-pound test, and a lot of times the hooks come out. I usually don't break the line, I've never broke the line, but I usually set my drag pretty good. But they tangle everything else you got. He took me down for about 30 minutes. So at the end of the striper, that was the last fish I caught. It wasn't the last in the video, the way I edited the video, but it was the last fish I caught. But between the wind and the leaves and the slow bite, I just, after that, and he took me down and tangled all my lines up, I just called it a day about 3 o'clock. And went on back to the house. But it's one of those days that you had to work to catch fish. So if you're out there and it's a tough day, don't give up. Try different baits. You know, these micro crankbaits, if on a tough day, if there's one thing that you can do to kind of help your chances, is downsize, 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 downsize. And for whatever reason, when nothing else will catch something, the smaller baits sometimes will. And they'll catch big fish too, so don't, you know, if you're trying to catch big fish, don't think they won't, because they will. So, but that's the fishing trip. It's a pretty good lake up there. The water level, I was surprised when I got up there. I figured the water would be way down, like where Lake Hickory and Road is. We're probably 6 feet down right now. Got up there, it's full pond. They must not be releasing water for whatever reason. It might have been down a foot or so, but it was pretty much normal, what it normally is. And typically it's a real good crappie lake. I've caught my personal best crappie up there, about a 3.5 pounder, 16, some almost 17-inch crappie. But I've caught my personal best up there before. But when I go out intending to catch them, I just don't catch them, guys. So we'll keep trying at them, and don't know what the next trip will be. We'll go somewhere next week, and maybe I'll go down to a crappie lake like High Rock and try some long lining down there, and see how it works down there. But hope you guys liked the video, and if you do, like, share, and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys watching. If you got any questions or anything, just let me know, and I'll try to answer them best I can. I appreciate it. Thank you.